Hey guys, welcome to the Salem Business Journal podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Peone, and I want to thank Collier Law and Compass Visuals for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you guys. And with me, I have
Brian Carrara. I'm Assistant Fire Chief with Salem Fire.
What do you do with your life?
Well, I work.
That's good.
I work a lot.
Yep.
The job is very demanding. I'm also serving the military, and I'm a husband and a father.
That's a lot. That's a lot of things.
But it's all of it's rewarding.
Yeah. So do you currently still serve in the military?
I do. I'm in my 33rd year.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
nice.
it's a long time.
Yeah. What branch?
U.S. Army.
Wow, that's awesome. Are you like guard?
Reserves, federal side.
Oh, okay. So the difference of reserves is for federal, guard is state.
Guard state run, yes.
Correct. Okay. Brian, how long you been with Salem Fire?
21 years.
And then how long you been doing fire as a whole?
21 years.
Oh, so you started with Salem Fire.
I started as my first. I was volunteer, but I was volunteer for a very short time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in the fire department born and bred here, basically.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what was it like transitioning from military to fire?
Well, it was kind of the same thing. Fire is a paramilitary organization, so I kind of felt like it was an easy transition. You know, you have a rank structure, you have people who you report to, you follow orders, you give orders. It's virtually the same thing.
Yeah.
Just a different environment.
How do you feel like the culture is over there?
For the fire culture,
Mm-hmm.
I think the fire culture is great. It's one team, one fight. At the end of the day, we're there to make sure your brothers and sisters all go home at the end of the day, and you do your best to take care of the community.
I like that.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, that's really cool. Things changed since you've been there, because now you got like a new fire chief. We got the REACH program. We got something we're going to get into a little bit later.
Yeah,
some AI integration.
Yeah. Well, the things have changed over the years, and with any job, it's going to change. It's going to adapt as times change. You know, in the city of Salem, one thing is always prevalent. We have funding issues, but we adapt, we overcome, and we continue to move forward. You know, the fire service has been here for well over 100 years, and no matter what, the wheel will hit the pavement, and when you call, we're going to come. So that's one thing that's been consistent. We've got new fire engines. People retire, people change out, but at the end of the day, we'll still provide a service to the individuals for the city that need us when they call us. Not when they call us, and it's not always their best day. So we're there to help them mitigate that factor. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's completely true. Yeah. I don't think there is a time when people would call you when it's a great day.
Well, we do have good days. We have open houses. We have people that come visit the fire stations. We do a lot of public education, and that's fun. But typically when you call 911, you're not calling because you're having a good day.
Yeah. Do you guys have any Dalmatians?
We do not.
Are you going to invest?
We are not.
Okay. That's fair. It's just what the people want to know.
They all do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do not have any dogs or cats.
Oh, cats.
So, no animals.
Do you save cats?
We have.
How often do you save cats?
In my career, I've only saved one. So
you got to up those numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We've saved dogs. We've saved cats. It has happened.
Oh,
so
okay. What's like the most common calls that you guys get?
Well, it's medical calls. I'd say 75% of our call volume is medical right now. So that's just predominantly what we do. We have, of course, rescues, fires, and so forth, but most of our calls are strictly medical.
Oh, cool. That's interesting. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the world other than TV.
Yeah, you should come do a ride along.
Which is probably super. I will actually do a ride.
You should come do a ride along on the fire, and come do a sit along at the dispatch center. I mean, you can actually see real world times what happens in both aspects. Come see at the dispatch center, do a sit along.
Yeah.
See what the calls are coming in, and see what that is. Sit by a dispatcher.
Can I take some calls?
Probably not.
Oh,
so,
dang.
But being able to do that and then get on a fire engine and see what actually happens on the fire calls.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
That'd be cool. Actually, yeah. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
You're welcome to do.
Can I bring a camera crew? No, maybe not the calls.
Yeah, not on the calls, but yes, you easily. We do not mind.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I think it'd be cool for people to see.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. I'm totally down.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. We wrote an article about your guys' AI phone call system.
Yes.
Just kind of like a general one about, well, here's kind of what it is, and here's some pros, here's some cons, see what the people think.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to see the array of opinions from folks, from, people being like, wow, that's really cool and innovative. But then the flip side could be, well, maybe that could be potentially, because they see flaws in regular AI systems.
Yes.
And so I guess what I wanted to do was learn a little bit more about how did you guys integrate AI with your systems? Why did you do it? And then how are we making sure that we're not getting those mitigating factors and making sure that we're actually taking care of folks when they call in?
All great questions.
Yeah.
So all great concerns. So we looked into this, myself and Deputy Chief Scott Lavelle, who is actually the director of WVCC.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I started
WVCC?
Willamette Valley Communications Center.
Okay.
So, or the dispatch center.
That's the dispatch center.
Yes, sir.
Like so when I call, I'm like, hey, I got this cat in a tree. That's who I'm calling.
That's who you're calling.
Okay.
Yep, 100%. Two problems.
Yep.
One, our call volume is continuing to go up and up and up. And two, we are continuing to ask more and more of our employees, our professional communication specialists. So, you know, we average 500,000 calls a year at our dispatch center. It's one of the busiest dispatch centers on the West Coast. So if you look at that, 500,000 calls divided by 365 days a year per hour, it's 57 calls an hour.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You imagine your phone ringing 57 times and having to talk to every single person and actually type in what they're saying.
I just put on do not disturb.
Well, it's exactly what you can't do that at a 911 center.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad you don't.
Yeah. So
honestly.
and now out of those 500,000 calls, 50% of those calls are non-emergency.
50%?
50%.
That call 911?
No, they call a
the
9-digit
dispatch as a whole.
Yeah, so 50% of the calls that come into the center are non-emergency phone calls. So Salem Police, Salem
What are they about
Fire.
usually?
I'm sorry.
What are they usually about?
Well, a dog. We've had a dog stuck on a roof. That's a non-emergency call.
Oh.
So
do you come help people with dogs on roofs?
We have, yes.
Do you like charge them?
No.
So if I get a dog stuck on my roof, you'll just come help me for free?
For instance, we had a dog that climbed out the window and it had a second-story house, and the dog was literally stuck on the roof, and the family wasn't home. The neighbors called. We came out, climbed the roof, got the dog down.
How many times before you stop helping?
Well, you don't really have that though. You don't have a
Oh.
dog on a roof every day, right?
Okay.
That's a rarity. So, but those non-emergency calls, you could call for a noise complaint. That's a
Yeah.
non-emergency call, right?
That makes sense.
4th of July. You imagine how many non-emergency calls that
so
we
many.
get on the 4th of July,
Yeah.
and we have to staff extra in order to be able to mitigate those additional non-emergency calls. So when we started doing the research 12 months ago, that was the goal. One, help the call takers, right? Those professional individuals or answer those non-emergency calls, and also help kind of relieve that volume of non-emergency calls are in. Because remember, those communication specialists that are answering those 911 calls, they're the same people that answer the non-emergency calls.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's one dispatch center.
One dispatch
How many
center.
people work there?
We are
Typically.
a total of 63 people between communication specialists and dispatchers.
Okay, so 63 people
63 people total
work in this one dispatch center, and
Yes.
they answer all the calls, emergency and non-emergency. Gotcha. So the AI call taker is only for non-emergency.
Non-emergency.
So when I call 911, I'm not going to get an AI bot.
Nope.
I'm not going to get Siri.
No, you're gonna get a live person. Now remember, that person that answers 911 calls, also when they're not answering the 911 calls, they also answer the non-emergency line. But their priority is the emergency line, the 911. So you call on the non-emergency line for Salem Police, right? And you want to file a noise complaint. They're going to put you on hold when the 911 call comes in. Remember, that takes priority.
Correct.
911 calls could last for 20 or 25 minutes. Or if they get multiple 911 calls back to back, you're still sitting on hold for your noise complaint while that call taker is taking that 911 call. And now when they're done and they're ready to go, they will come back and help you. It could be 25, 30 minutes later. You're still on hold for your noise complaint.
I see what you mean. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm understanding you
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay, so when I call 911, that's I'm top priority.
Yep.
So a real life human being will be like, hey, Jesse, what's cooking?
You are correct.
Well, they probably won't say that, but
no.
still say something.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay. And so then when I call the non-emergency, here's what happens now. They're busy. They're too busy taking emergency calls at the time, right? So then I get put on hold. But then the second that they're done, they switch over.
Yes.
But if there is somebody not taking any emergency calls, they'll just pick up.
100%.
And then, so if I'm understanding what you're leading to correctly, when I call now with the AI system set up,
yes,
let's walk through this system. I called 911, still a real life human.
Yes.
Jesse, what's cooking? And then
I got you.
So, and then if I call the non-emergency, if there is a human available, they still pick up.
No, at all.
Oh, it's still routes to the AI.
It's still right. Right now we're doing a test pilot of 9 non-emergency lines.
Oh,
So
so like so it's as if there's 9 humans, but
Yes.
they're all AI humans.
They're all AI. And now if you call, let's say you call Salem PD and
Yeah.
19 other people call Salem PD, not an emergency line.
Yeah.
All 19 plus you get answered. It's
So
not 20 humans. It's Ava, who's the AI artificial intelligence communication specialist, can answer all 20 calls at the same time.
Are they all named Ava?
They're all named Ava. She always answers with Ava.
How do you confuse them? Do you confuse them ever?
No, well, it's because it's one computer.
Being 9 people?
No, remember. So remember,
have you seen Split?
she can answer all those calls at once.
Okay.
So we don't have 20 communication specialists to be able to. So you would be on, all those 20 people would be on hold. The beautiful part of AI is it can take care of that non-emergency aspect, and it averages 6 minutes overall to answer and help the individuals who are calling in.
What about a regular human?
Well, it all depends. Remember, their job.
What's their average though? Their average.
That I don't know. So I don't have that answer. But remember, they can put you on hold and keep you on hold for 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah. But Ava won't.
Ava will not.
So
as long as you're working through the problem, right? And she can take care of you. She can text you documents.
She can text you documents?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. So that's the beauty of it. Remember, the important part is, we wanted to take care of the customers because we had customers being kept on hold for 20 to 25 minutes, which to me, if I was a taxpayer, I'd be frustrated with that. Yeah. You want help. You want to be able to solve a problem. Yeah. So that solves that problem. And on top of that, remember, we have employees that are constantly running 57 calls an hour.
Yep.
So we want to help alleviate some of that workload.
Yeah.
So, and it's also, to be honest with you, those communication specialists who are really good at what they do. You imagine having to deal with a critical emergency and then getting on the phone and having to deal with the non-emergency stuff, right? And that person's now irate because they've been on hold for 25 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, it does help solve a problem.
Well, and I think the other piece of that is when I call 911 and it's an actual emergency.
Yes, sir.
I want to actually get taken care of to the best of their ability.
Yes, sir.
Right. And whether I know that like it's not kosher to say it, but like these are also other humans on the other line. Like these are real life human beings who go home to their families, who wake up every day. They have good days, they have bad days, they have breakfast, they have lunch and dinner.
Yes.
And so like if you're hopping from, to me it kind of feels like hopping from one to the other. Like you kind of have to shift your mind
100%
a little bit.
Correct.
Yeah. And so like then you're all of a sudden you're taking an emergency call and this person's freaking out.
Yes.
And like I feel like being able to take some of that workload off of them could help your mind when you're answering the phone for these actual emergencies.
You're hit it spot on.
Yeah. Have the employees expressed this at all to you guys? Or?
They have. So what's funny is when we were doing that, because again, we're doing a test pilot right now of 9 non-emergency lines. When we turned her off, because we don't when we were building her, we would turn her on for 12 hours, go back, look at the data, look at because she makes mistakes. She's made mistakes, and look at the data. And then correct those mistakes, and because you have to build the bot around what our needs are.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Oh no, you need to turn her back on. You need to bring her back," because she was alleviating some of that workload that they have. Our dispatchers and our communications specialists work an average of 48 hours a week. Most people work 40 hours a week. These individuals, because the workload is so much, they work that additional 8 hours every single week.
Wow.
So that is helping alleviate some of that.
Well, good overtime. But
it is, but where's the work-life balance?
For sure.
So
I'm not very good at that myself.
And again, that's an acceptable thing for some people. Some people they want to work 40 hours and go home.
For sure. So yeah, no, 100%. Well, and it's also like you were saying, like you're working that extra 8 hours. Are you? One thing that I did bridge construction for like 9 years.
Yes, sir.
And often when we were working, there were certain shifts, like when we're doing the top of a concrete bridge, there are certain shifts when like you end up working 16 hours, right?
Yes.
Which is because you can't stop because like you can't leave the bridge torn up because people need to go to work, and you have to be done by 5 a.m. that following day, and you have to pour concrete and make it drivable before people can go to work.
Yes.
Which is an insane feat. Right. And so you're working this 16-hour shift, and then you can notice there's a noticeable difference once you hit X hour, right? In a lot of your workers, whether it's 10 or 12.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of the shift, there is a decline, whether people admit it or not. There comes a point when there's a decline in even in your workload, your ability to give quality work. And so when you're dealing with an actual emergency, that's very important.
It is.
Right? You want those people well rested.
Yes.
You want them to be have good mental health. You want them to be
yes.
doing well outside of work, so
yes.
that way when they come into work, they're giving it 100%.
Yes, workload's impactful, and again, Ava helps solve some of those problems. So now, again, we are doing a 6-month test pilot. So
how many months are we in right now?
So we're in month 4.
Month 4.
Month 4 is ending as of today. So we have 2 more months left, and then we will make a decision based on the data and the impact of the organization and the people in the city, and to see if it's helped. Right now, she's answering just under 60% of all non-emergency lines, and
60%.
Yeah, 40% of the calls are going to a dispatcher. You do have the ability when you do call in and you get Ava. If you do not if she's not to be able to help you, she will transfer you to a live person. You can say dispatcher, dispatcher, dispatcher 3 times, and she will move you to a live person.
Click your heels.
Yeah, something like that. Ava will also speaks 45 different languages.
Really?
Now, what human speaks 45 different languages? That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. I got a couple friends who speak 5, and that's impressive.
Yes.
But 45?
45. Okay. So that is that, and again, my opinion is an amazing feat. We have people in the community that may or may not call into the 911 center because it's difficult to get a communicator, a linguist, someone that can actually help speak their language, right?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Ava can do that.
Well, we have a lot of different languages spoken in this community.
We do.
I believe there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I was in politics, but when I was, I knew the number. But we think of Salem as mostly some hillbillies and Latinos, but there's a lot more there's a lot more diversity here. We have a lot of Russians, a lot of Asians, a lot of people from countries you've never heard of.
You are correct.
And I feel like that's sometimes forgotten, because when you don't speak English very well, and you're dealing with an actual emergency, you're going to want to talk and the ability to communicate.
You're going to revert to what you know.
Yeah. So what do you do? So on that note, what do you do in the emergency calls with these people? You know what I mean? Because if someone calls and they don't know English, right? Because if we need 45 languages from Eva.
Well, I don't know if we need 45 languages. I just know that she can speak up to 45 languages.
Do we know how many? Can you track how often she uses the other languages?
That I have not asked. I have not asked that question.
That would be a good data point.
That 100% would be a good data point. That's a great question. I'll bring that back if we can follow up on that.
Yeah, why not?
Now, my question for you, Jesse, have you called into the non-emergency line and tested Ava?
This is a recorded automated assistant for the Salem Police Department in Oregon. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Press 1 for additional language options. My name is Ava. How can I help?
Ava, I have a noise complaint. English.
Let me see what we can do. What's the address where you're hearing the noise?
12 Street.
What city are you in?
Salem.
Is Court Street a home, an apartment, a business, or something else?
It's a business.
Are you also at Street in Salem right now?
Yeah.
1 second. What's the name of the business in Salem?
Salem Business Journal.
Got it. Is the noise you're calling about possibly related to an immediate threat to the public or ongoing criminal activity?
Nah.
1 second. I can send you a text message with information on how to make noise complaints in the city of Salem. What phone number should I send that text to?
What? That's insane.
Okay. I have 3, and you should get that text message shortly. Is there anything else you need help with today?
No, that's all. Oh, I already got it. For noise complaints, please contact the Development Community Department at blah, blah, blah. Oh, so there's a separate phone number I can call after that.
There it is.
And does that get me to a human?
I have not called the noise complaint. I've not done that yet.
I don't want to actually do that.
Huh?
I don't want to actually do that.
Probably not.
But it is cool because it immediately, as I was on the phone with it, it texted me, for noise complaints related to business, industrial, or construction noises, please contact the Community Development Department at blah, blah, blah. For noise complaints related to community events, contact code enforcement at blah, blah, blah. For events in parks, please contact Public Works at blah, blah, blah. Interesting.
Now, if you are a normal person, and again, you called, you got a communication specialist or just anything, they would put you on hold if there was a 911 emergency, and you would have to wait for all that information. So
so that's what they would have given me anyways.
that's exactly what they would have given you.
Oh, that's way easier. And then what's even cooler about that is I don't even have to write it down, because when like people tell you an email or phone number and you're like, dude, I'm like, my hands, what do I do with my hands?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I would never be on the phone while driving.
No, never. But think about 4th of July, how our call volume goes through the roof.
Oh, I bet.
And Ava can handle all those non-emergency calls.
Well, then I can just click on the button here that is the right one, and my phone will call it.
Exactly.
I like that. That's a good move.
So now it's not going to solve all of our problems.
Absolutely not. But like, it could take the workload of the easy stuff.
Yes.
And take that off your plate.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
So now I got talked to the other day, because I talk it like Ava's a real person. So Ava's not a real person. I know she's an AI bot, but she is a artificial intelligence communication specialist. It's exactly what she does. So
what does she do outside of work?
That I don't know.
She's
on 24/7.
Yeah,
she's on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So for those 9 non-emergency lines.
Oh, she's always just working.
Always working.
She needs some work-life balance, I think.
She does.
You actually don't want to tell her that.
Yeah, no. She's doing a great job, though.
When she starts requesting PTO, that's when you got to draw the line.
Yeah. No, it's a great concept. We do think it has some enterprise solutions for the city, to be able to help with some of the calls that every division gets.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and again, it's not the end all be all. It's not going to solve all the issues.
Yeah,
but it will help with some.
A lot of the pushback that like I've heard, just because being owning the SBJ, I'm like the king of the rumor mill.
Yeah,
right. People tell me things from all around, and some of the concerns I heard, and usually I just kind of listen. The best I can. This is where I get all my talking out. Yeah. And so I was usually just kind of do some listening. I'm like, interesting. I was like, because when people heard I was doing this podcast, they're like, well, they share their opinions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, interesting. I'll make sure to ask about that. And so, but a lot of the concerns were around, this issue. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? But if those things happen, then it ends up getting you to a real person.
You are correct. Yeah. So let's say you are on the phone with a non-emergency and Ava hears a gunshot.
Yeah.
She'll immediately move you to a live person.
If she hears a gunshot, she'll move you to a live person.
We've trained her.
That's insane.
We've trained her to be able to pick up on those cues. Yeah. Those inadvertent cues to be able to do that. Now, again, humans make errors too.
What if she hears like my doorbell ring and like Domino's is there?
That I don't know. So again, there's something that we are still learning. So we can train her to do anything, right? So at the end of the day, that's the goal, is to help mitigate, again, those long wait times for those people that need information and they like information right away. Yeah. And those to help that work-life balance and that massive amount of calls that our incredible communication specialists get every day.
That's fair. You know what? Actually, I'm the kind of guy who like typically when I, hit the bots, I get so frustrated. Yeah. Because a lot of times the bots are hard to navigate. And they're frustrating, and it's like you have to pick one or two, and it sends you down a path that you don't know what path you even need. Yeah. And so what's cool about this, as opposed to like when I call Comcast or whatever, is she doesn't have me press 1 or 2. She does in the very beginning to select English or Spanish, just right off the bat, just because those are the most common here. But then I believe no, that was the other number. This one just asked me for.
You just said English, and she just started talking to you English.
Yeah. So if I said a different language,
she would pick it up.
What if I said Vietnamese?
I would assume that she'd probably start talking to you Vietnamese.
Can I try?
Go ahead. Oh. We can also turn on. We're doing a pilot, so we may not turn them all on.
Oh, that checks out. Well, Well, that was interesting though, because I said Spanish and English and still switched to Spanish. Yeah. So I would assume we'd probably do the same with others.
I would assume yes.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Again, at the end of the day, we're trying to help alleviate some of the issues that we're having at a very busy dispatch center. Yeah. We support 32 police and fire agencies through the center. 32? It's a lot. Wow. So now we don't have 32 non-emergency lines. So, but we will support every non-emergency line if we do bring her on full time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yes.
Well, I think that'd be, I think it makes sense. I mean, especially because like if I had an actual issue, then if I could just say dispatch or whatever, and she gave me the option. So like you can get to a regular person.
You can.
I would even say a lot easier than a lot of times when I'm on the phone. like if you call Comcast or whatever, and you're hitting the 0 button.
Yes.
Just trying to, you know what I mean? You're
We've
like,
all
"Get
done
me
that.
a person."
Yes.
And so what's nice is like, she'll give you the option to get a person.
She will.
And I wasn't having to like sit there and listen to press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 3 for this.
Yeah.
Nice.
The beautiful part of Ava, again, is she's recording everything you're saying. Your calls immediately recorded. And she's typing up in real time what you're saying and what she's saying to you. So, and we can play back real time exactly what just happened immediately.
Wow. Well, and what's cool about that is like, then you can take, just from like a back end, do you guys track it?
We do.
Yeah. Well, because then you can like kind of, because I know all 911 calls like across the country are recorded.
They are.
Yeah. Fun side quest on this before we go into that. What I was about to say is in my grad program, I went to Willamette University, and as part of one of my stats classes, they made the mistake of letting us choose whatever we want to present on.
Yeah.
We just had to find a mass sheet of data and then present on it. And I chose to do mine on Bigfoot sightings. And yeah, what conditions are the best for you to be able to spot Bigfoot?
Yeah.
And I took data from real life 911 calls from all over the country about Bigfoot. And there's way more data than you would ever imagine is in this. Like there's wind. There's like,
really?
Yeah. There's like the wind. There's like how well people saw that him out of 10.
Yeah.
And so just, if you would like to know the inside scoop on how to find Bigfoot, it's typically around dawn or dusk. And everyone's about 8 to 10 on whether or not they're dang sure that they saw him. And usually it's sunnier. Usually it's more sunny outside. It's not as much rainy, I think, because people just aren't out there when it's raining.
Yeah.
But here's what I doubt you would ever believe. So number 1 state for Bigfoot sightings is California. That checks because the redwoods.
Okay.
Number 2 is the state of Washington. That checks because he's like Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
It's like his whole deal. Guess what state number 3 is?
Oregon.
No. Florida.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what? That's insane.
Yeah.
In what world has Bigfoot ever been in Florida?
They have trees in Florida?
That's what I said. But
so,
yeah.
Okay.
And then number 4 was, I think Oregon was 5 or Oregon was 4. But the other top one was Ohio. Ohio was up
That's
there with them
interesting.
too. And I didn't know they even had Bigfoot in Ohio.
I didn't either.
I thought he was just like, this was his zone.
Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
Yeah. But anyways,
well,
but my point of that is the fact that there is a lot of data tracked from these calls.
Yes.
And the fact that you're also tracking those calls, I think is good, because then you can use that to make informed decisions on how can we adjust the AI bot.
Yes.
And when you do that, it's going to be consistent with every single call, as opposed to a human that can make more mistakes than a bot does.
Well, and we hope they don't make mistakes. Our goal, our people are professionals, right?
Yeah.
They're trained to do their job.
Mm.
So, but at the end of the day, I think that we are doing and looking at everything we can to help make the experience better, and to help facilitate getting the right tools to the right people when they need it.
Yeah.
So you said you had individuals who had concerns with the AI. Is there any other concerns that I can address?
Oh, sure. Well, I think the biggest one was people were worried about things being handled incorrectly, or like the calls. Because when you use AI normally, right? When you use ChatGPT,
yes,
for example, there are times when ChatGPT will just hallucinate, is what they call it, right? When it just forgets or just does something else that has nothing to do with what you said, or just like make up a fact.
Yep.
And I think that's one concern that people have, because it's not just ChatGPT. There's other AIs too that kind of do the same thing. So what do you guys do to ensure that the hallucinations don't happen?
Well, one, we review everything, right? Right now we're doing a test pilot. We're reviewing it all. And every complaint that we get, we address. So if somebody calls and says, I didn't like this and this, we pull it real time. We had an elderly woman call about 2 weeks ago. And
again, keep in mind, these are non-emergency complaints.
Yeah,
so it's not like we're testing with the emergency complaints.
We are only testing the non-emergency.
Yeah.
And that's our goal. Our goal is not to test emergencies. That's not what that's not what we started with. That's not what we're ending with.
And just to confirm, there's no plan or desire to move any of this AI to the
We've not
emergency
even,
calls.
that's not even been discussed. So
Just
now I will tell
giving
you,
people
there are other
reassurance.
dispatch centers in the country that are testing on the emergency side.
really,
That is not what we're asking to
that sounds
do.
kind of insane.
But the simple fact is that an older woman called and she said that she didn't like the AI bot. The AI bot did not help her. We were able to look at her call, listen to everything that happened, and she was only on the call for 15 seconds per time she called. So you got to give it a human or Ava. You got to give it a chance to help you.
Yeah.
So you have to. You got to give it time. Even if a human answers the phone, they're going to ask you questions. They're going to ask those pointy questions, just like Ava asked you. They're going to ask your name. They're going to ask you your location. They're going to ask you the nature of the call. They're going to ask you for a phone number. Maybe they're going to ask you for your date of birth. They possibly could ask all that information. The AI bot or Ava will do the exact same thing. We got to have patience. And if it's a non-emergency call, let it work through that process.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I think most of the other concerns have been addressed. Like the main thing was, the potential for mistakes and things to happen. But if it's only non-emergency calls, and then it's kind of like, it's okay. Because if you have an emergency, just call 911.
Yes, but humans can have mistakes on non-emergency calls too.
Yeah.
So it's just because it's AI bot does not mean it's going to make mistakes. But I think we can address those mistakes as long as people understand that one, we're going to review the calls if there's a problem. And two, it's all recorded in real time. I literally can, after the call gets hung up, I can literally go listen to the call right away. So, well, that's impressive.
No, I thought, it was impressive that I just did that on the phone and it texted me while on the call before, like right after it said, I'm going to send this to you. It was already on my phone and it gave me the 3 numbers for the 3 different ways of which I might need a noise.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I mean, I thought that was very efficient. Let's see, there was that. I believe some people had concerns about mostly just wanting to make sure the problem gets dealt with. Like nobody wants to call the bot and have to go, like there's 9 options.
Yes.
And they're like, press 7 for this, press 8 for this. And you finally press 7. And then you have to go to number 7 again.
Yes.
And then you're on the phone for an hour. And that's what people are so sick of that. And
you just get moved from line to line to line and you never get your problem solved.
Yeah.
No, I was having a problem. I had to call my mortgage company and it took me 15 minutes to get a live person.
Yeah.
And I had to push the numbers over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Just to get it. That is not how this works here.
Yeah. And so I guess the fear was probably, just like how what goes through people's head is, dude, I already have to call. And sometimes it's 15, 20 minutes.
Yes.
And they're worried about it becoming even worse. Because I think people mistook your desire to make it more efficient and handle things quicker with, we just don't want to hire more people, or like you know what I mean? Like how a lot of stores went to self-checkout.
Yes.
For a minute. And it wasn't because for us, they said it was for us, but it really wasn't for us. It was really so that they could lay off staff, you know? And so I think there was
not the intent.
Yeah. I believe there was probably some concern about that, right? Because once COVID happened, every store used that as an excuse to suck. And they just got rid of all their workers. And now they're starting to realize, we should probably bring back the cashiers.
Yeah.
And I think that was maybe a red flag, because we've seen that happen before.
Yes.
In the private sector.
The center our size needs 15 additional employees on top of the 63 that we already can employ. So we do not want, our goal is to not reduce our workload. We reduce our employees. Our goal is to be fully staffed, and it's going to grow. The theory behind dispatch centers in the state is there's 2 dispatch centers in Marion County alone. And, the Office of Emergency Management would love for those dispatch centers to combine into one. So that's a massive increase in call volume. You need the employees to do that. So you're never, ever going to have an AI bot doing all that work.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Just not feasible.
Yeah.
You got to have a live person. You got to have a live person be able to talk to the dispatch, to talk to us when we're out in our fire engines and the police departments and so forth. So it's, at the end of the day, our goal right now is just to help the non-emergency side, because again, 250,000 calls is how many we get non-emergency calls a year.
Phone calls.
So a lot of those on 4th of July. Well, not 250,000, but a lot of calls come in on the 4th of July.
Are you going to get a couple more Avas just for the 4th?
Remember, she can handle 20 calls at once. You don't need it. You don't need a couple of Avas. You have one computer system doing all the work.
Dang.
That's great.
Can you name like another one of them? Clarice.
Clarice.
Can you choose to name the different?
The array in the company that we brought in, they've been amazing to work with. They named Ava. So
I don't know. I think we should let the people choose.
Maybe next time. Maybe if we have to bring another one in.
Okay, if we bring another one in, can we let the people choose?
I can't decide that. I have a boss. We'll let our boss decide that.
Okay, we'll ask. I'll harass him.
Yes, Chief Grboth.
Yeah,
I'll see what he says.
Yeah, I'll harass the chief about that. He's like, Jesse.
Yeah, perfect.
But also, one thing while you're here is, I just wanted to, compliment you and, Chief Grboth and your guys' entire team, because what you guys have done, I've said ever since you brought in the paramedic, it's paramedic, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the EMT, the ambulances.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Ever since you guys brought in the ambulance side of things, and seeing the data on your guys' ability to show up and be available when calls are needed, and your ability to answer the calls, and your ability to actually go out even before the AI calls, is a huge service to our community and to taxpayers. So, like, it's not very often when we as taxpayers are thankful for things that our taxpayers dollars are going to, because all we ever hear is we need more. That's like all anyone's ever used to, right? But I also want to compliment you guys for what you've done, because by you guys finding ways to be more efficient, and by getting your system so dialed in that you're able to answer these service calls way sooner, and your guys' ability to take care of our community members. Yeah. Like, that makes it so that way not only are those community members taken care of, which is the number one goal, but then the number two thing is, then you're not coming to like taxpayers and you're saying, hey, we need more. And then we actually believe you when you say it, because like you've shown through your actions that you're doing the best you can with what you have. And I just wanted to commend you guys for that, because that's really cool.
I appreciate that. I will tell you, I've been here again 21 years. Yeah. I was here when we brought in Rural Metro. I got hired in June of 2005. Rural Metro started July 1, 2005. Yeah. And I was here when Falk got brought in 2015. I was here when they left. And I've seen the ups and downs of having private ambulances be able to respond and not be available to run the call volume that we've asked them to do. And I will tell you, it's amazing to watch the individuals that we've hired roll out on the ambulances that we brought in and not cost the taxpayers one dime. Yeah. So it is a self-funded endeavor that the city's brought on, that's allowed us to bring on and trusted the fire department to be able to manage it and move it forward. And as of today, we're doing well. And the city is being rewarded because of that venture. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have a great team. And I honestly think, it can't be said enough, the job that you guys are doing, because the burden that takes off of the city and off of community members, and when things actually happen and there's an actual emergency, like the ability to have that answered and taken care of. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's nice to have that control over the deployment. We didn't have that control with Falk. It was staffed it or they didn't. We staff it. We staff it every single day. We put qualified people and professional people in those seats to run those calls. And we have not blanked out an ambulance one time in the last 10 months. That's impressive. Yeah, that is. That's exactly how it should be. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time. Yeah, for sure. And then of course, I'm sure we'll hear feedback, and if there's a bunch of concerns or comments or whatever, I'll just bring it back on. 100%. Even if there's not, honestly, we can do whatever we want. I'm available 24 hours a day. Good. So, all right. Appreciate it. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Salem Business Journal podcast. I want to thank Collier Law and Compass Visuals for sponsoring the podcast. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.